right, welcome back. This is the Common Sense Experience. This is Chuck here. I got my man Pete and Amir. What's going on, fellas?
Mic check 1 2. What is this?
Y'all know what it is, man. What up, motherfuckers?
This is the Common Sense Experience, featured only on the Black Podcasters Network. You can check us out on iTunes. And I got to check the iHeartRadio shit out, yo. I haven't even checked that shit. I got to see if we was accepting to iHeartRadio, because that's a big move.
Big look.
Yeah,
they trying to keep us away. They don't want the truth.
Well, we'll see. They don't want it. They don't want the facts. Like, recently, my shit has been #facts. Like, when somebody posts some shit on Facebook, and I agree with it, I just put #facts. That's it. They don't want them facts that we spit.
Nah, they don't.
So you hashtag facts.
I do truth talk. I got dead son and I got truth talk, man. Because a lot of fake niggas say real, and a lot of funny niggas say facts. You know what I mean? So we got the truth talk, we got the honest talk, and the only facts I'm only acknowledging is my nigga Chuck, by the way. So stop playing. But we gonna have to go Tupac, because first he was knocking like, please let us in. Now we coming through picking the lock, blasting, nigga. Don't come on, man. Let us in.
We come out picking the lock, blasting. That's a Tupac reference, by the way, y'all.
Yes,
Shout out to Pac. Man. Whew.
A lot of shit. There's a lot of shit we can talk about.
All right. Well, you know what, folks. As we usually do. Usually I go ahead and, go ahead and, ask y'all what's kind of on your minds, what's before we go ahead and get to the topics. Well, I just got something I got to say, though, real quick, because I just recently, Pete, you commented on it, though. I put up a stat talking about the brother Usher. And out here letting it burn. That
man is wilding.
And I just put out, some of y'all know, a lot of y'all ladies are probably happy y'all found out, because y'all know if y'all had met Usher and he'd have wanted y'all would have went ahead, and most of y'all, you know what I'm saying, well, half of y'all, whatever the number is, a lot of y'all would have let Usher go ahead and fuck. You know what I'm saying, though? Let's be honest. Women love money, and they love power, and they love celebrity. So let's keep it all the way 100. And then women got up on a stat, and a lot kept it real to their credit, and some were just got in their feelings, and I'm not this and that, and I'm the black queen, and all this other shit. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like goddamn, like, all right, yeah. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Though I try to be more conscious and all this other stuff and all of that or whatever, though. But, nigga, if Amber Rose, who I've talked shit about, do me some pussy, I'm a fuck Amber Rose.
These are facts. Absolutely.
Thanks.
My hand is raised as well.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, god damn, get off your high horse. It's like, but see, this is the thing, though. Here's the thing. Men, we get talked about all the time about how we want to fuck all these women and all this other stuff, and we accept it. Hey, it is what it is, or whatever, though. And the minute you say something about women, you're bashing, you're shaming, you're doing this, though, and it's like, that's why I say all the time, equality, it plays on both sides.
True.
You can't just have equality and say you want equality, and then when we start to go ahead and say, okay, well, this and that, we have our opinions about y'all, then all of a sudden, we're these chauvinistic animals. No. It works on both ends. You know what I'm saying, though? It's the same thing like with the gay people that want to call themselves black. It's like, well, you know what I'm saying, though? There's certain struggles, and there's certain things you're going to have to go through and have to go. You can't just have what you think we have that we've acquired through civil rights and have that, but don't have the fact that, there's going to be people that go ahead and don't agree with your lifestyle. Well, women, go ahead. You're going to have to be called certain things, though, whatever, though. You're going to have to deal with that. That's what I say all the time. Bitch, you lying. You don't want equality. You want your way. Which is no different than what it is right now.
Yeah, man.
But I just had to say that, man, because it's like, wow, and you kind of commented on it. Peter's like, yo, he just made like a a small comment, a joke, and it came like I might as well.
Right.
I might as well say, yo, we need to go ahead and punch bitches in the face. I might as well put something egregious. It was crazy, man. So yeah, man, my bad, but I had to comment on that though, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I think it's funny. You know, I guess I use my platform to add to it because I had I told you about it in the minute. I don't know if I told you, but I had a Facebook friend, like, you know, I know him from high school and shit. I ain't gonna say his name, but he did an experiment, which is interesting. All he wrote on his stat was women ain't shit. That was it. That's all it said, right?
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, out the woodwork, man, all you see is niggas ain't shit either. And I'm a queen, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? He didn't respond to it. And his following stat after that, he put a link up, and it was talking about the stat he recently put up. But it was talking about, from a men's perspective, how women will put up men ain't shit, and the men who know that's not true about them will not post nothing on that stat because it's like, what do I have to prove?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I know I'm a good dude, every stat I see that's bashing a man, I'm not going to go on the stat and be like, well, not me. I'm a king. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you a good nigga, you ain't got to go out your way to say I'm a good nigga. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we just, and it goes back to what Amir is saying, you know, everything that's opinion, everything we say, we're not talking about all women. Like, there's women, there's bitches, there's hoes. Right. And when we say bitches, we're not saying all women, because we know all women are not bitches. Because 9 times out of 10, even though y'all know this nigga got herpes, there are some bitches out there that will still fuck for the payout. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, ladies, I love y'all, but, you know, we talking about the bitches, we ain't talking about all of y'all. Because all y'all not bitches. Yeah. That's my 2 cents.
It's just this honesty. It's like y'all all these women that watch Power. Most of them watch Power because they like Ghost and they would fuck Ghost.
Absolutely.
And they don't want to admit it. They don't want to fucking admit it. It's like, just be honest. So when we say something like that, you know, the comment should have been, when I said the comment about Usher, it should have been, yeah, you're right, I'm glad I ain't meet him. And that's it. But no.
Nope. Nope. I'm supposed to write soliloquies on how much a nigga would do this and that. It's gotta have nothing to do with it.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, man.
Yuck, man. Is there anything, Pete, was that pretty much?
Oh, I know we're going to get into it later, but we got the black delegation. We're still looking to trade Mike Vick. More on that later.
Yeah. We won Greg Popovich. Yeah.
Yep. No, we're not adding a draft pick. We're not adding no other trades. We just want it straight up. Popovich for Mike. That's what it is. Sorry.
What it is. That's what it is. Chuck. Anything on your mind, brothers?
Yeah, and I can't remember. This was something that we was going to talk about. But we can, you know, if time allows, because you know we got a lot of shit to cover. But you guys heard the story of the Muslim police officer who killed that white lady. I forgot her name.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go off the cuff and say this: is that I think that story is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. You don't think it actually existed?
No. Yeah, I think it is actually propagated. Is that the right word I'm using? Propagated? I don't know if that's the right word, but I think that whole thing is staged. If there's an article, and I'll post it on there's a YouTube video, and I'll post it on the Facebook fan page where the guy, he's breaking down the story, and it just doesn't make sense. Like if you look at some of the, like if you look at the press conferences and how the supposed this woman's fiance, whether or not his acting is fucking terrible. Like if my wife was just my soon-to-be wife was just murdered by a police officer, I'd be broken the fuck down on TV. Like I wouldn't be able to even read from a piece of paper. But if you look at it, he's not even crying. And then they're interviewing the family. It's all I don't know. There's something about that story. And the same cop who was on the Philando Castile case is, or the same detective is actually on. I don't know if it's a detective. It was something. I think it may have been an attorney or lawyer. Somebody that worked the Philando Castile case is working this case also.
So basically, what you're saying is this is just like this is as staged as the crazy guy that went off in Ohio and was on Facebook Live. You mean like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that old guy having a funeral.
Yes, that was that's man, bruh.
I haven't heard nothing about that since.
Bruh, come on, man. Come on.
I haven't heard about the guy who got killed. Him, apparently.
Yeah. So
where's the body? Nothing.
All right, so a white lady, a white girl, calls the cops, runs down an alley, and apparently this is like a really long ass fucking alley in her pajamas. She goes up to the driver's window, and the cop on the passenger side feels he threatened, he shoots her. No, come on, man, something, yo. And not only that, not only is a black cop, it's a black Muslim cop. Come on,
right,
bro.
Now we add in that caveat.
Man. Something's fishy, man.
First of all, I don't care if Barack Obama, when he was president, was in what do you call it? In his limo, and felt threatened. He's not shooting a white woman.
No, sir.
Especially from the passenger seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not.
And the body cameras were off. How? Okay.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
All these police shootings, we got every last one of them, at least the ones we know about, on tape. There's video footage, and apparently we all of a sudden don't have video for this one. Come on, man. Yo. I just want people to think, man. Like I like this, and I like my whole goal is to get people to just question shit. Something just about this just seems so fucking fishy. It really does.
But you know what? I feel you because my bad, Amir. It's just motherfuckers gotta wake up and realize when shit like this happens, because of this, I think the bullshit was so evident in what you're talking about, Chuck. Mm-hmm. Like if you think about it, it didn't really come to light. Like a lot of motherfuckers didn't really grasp the news waves as much. So then what comes after that? This Rob Kardashian bullshit released in Texas and all of that, and you got fucking Black China on Good Morning America talking about she feeling threatened, and then you got this R. Kelly shit coming all out the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? So like if a certain story don't work, here, let's try this, let's try that, to hide what the fuck really going on. And real talk, I may sound silly in the conspiracy theories, but I saw fucking gas go from 217 to 245 within the same span of all these stories was going on. So it's like, all right, what the fuck else is y'all not showing us? Oh, y'all not showing us that Donald Trump healthcare bill is pretty much fucked up and not about to get passed. So they trying to do some other shit to the Obamacare of what they got now to get rid of that, to do some shifty shit on top of what's going on with people in Donald Trump's camp resigning from the left and right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like you can't be that blinded where you see, all right, this is bullshit. So what's really going on? What's on the ESPN ticker that we not seeing, that we not seeing? You know what I'm saying? So I feel you with the bullshit, Chuck.
Yeah. Like there's definitely something that's like you just ran down all the, like there's been so much shit going on recently, especially with the past couple of weeks, dog. Like with the whole R. Kelly shit, with the whole Usher shit, with the whole healthcare bill not being passed, with the guy resigning. Yo, like there's some shit. Yo, shit is about to get crazy, man.
Who are we bombing? What country's natural resources are we taking? What children are we killing off somewhere? What drugs are they administering right now. We know all these things are things that are staged. I mean, look. It can go so deep, man, into other things, though. Yeah, man. It's come on, man. It's just.
I really last question. Did y'all hear about the boys, the black boys here in DC, the robotics team? They went missing. I think it's a group of 6 or 8 boys, and they're like these they're like engineers. Like these are like teenagers, but they're like fucking geniuses, and all of them went missing.
I've not heard of that, bro.
Speaking of missing, though, have they found our girls in DC yet?
They stopped talking about that.
They stopped talking about it because apparently one of the girls was a runaway, and she ran away from her foster home and shit. And now pretty much they went with, since they runaways, it's not really fucking important, so let's move on from the story. You know what I'm saying? Which is some more bullshit. So because half of them were runaways, apparently they're not important, even though they're still fucking kids. But
because there's a show that's coming on TV in which they're going to be chronicling, and this guy brought a documentary. I think it's coming on A&E about white girls that went missing. They said some of them ran away. The show that's coming on, though. I'll get to that. I'll bring out that information on the next show, though, which is kind of interesting that's going on. Are you saying now where are these boys at?
I'm gonna read an article. Again, I don't always take things at face value, but this is interesting if this story is true. And if it's not true, we have to look at why. I'll say this is off Washington Post, and I'll put this on the Facebook page as well. It says hordes of teenagers displaying colors and flags from 157 countries cheered wildly in DAR Constitution Hall on Tuesday afternoon, exhausted and exhilarated from 2 days of robotics competition. Somewhere on the packed auditorium floor, 6 teenagers from Burundi quietly slipped away amid the closing gala. DC police said the 16 to 18-year-olds from the small African country were long gone by the time their chaperone reported them missing early Wednesday, and police later posted their photos on the internet. By Thursday morning, police said Don Shuru in Gibiri, 16, and Audrey, 17, were in Canada with friends or family, and the other 4 were somewhere in the U.S., not yet with relatives, but believed to be safe. Let's see. How and why the students or others orchestrated what appears to authorities as a well-planned but very secret bid for possible asylum into Canada and the U.S. remains a mystery. So this sounds like it's an immigration issue. And we know what the fuck has been going on with Trump and his fucking racist mindset and philosophies towards immigrants. So this sounds like this could be like an immigration issue. Which, if this is true, again, I'm not surprised at all that this is happening, because whether or not this story whether or not this story was orchestrated to push an agenda, it's fucking sick, man. I was just thinking about this the other day, man. We live in a fucking sick world, though. It's just fucking sick, man. It's crazy. And
it's in DC. Noticing this shit, a lot of these fucking missing kids just coming from the DC area. They all over the place, but it's like, so not only are these kids missing, but it's happening right at the fucking doorstep of the White House.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay. And they're all smart as fuck. See, you were saying some shit, Chuck, while you were reading the article, and it kind of confused me, and I think that's what they want us to wanted to be, because it's like, all right, so these motherfuckers get from DC to Canada on their own? How?
Yeah.
How?
I know.
Any immigrants at that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, like we don't know it's like a black market going for organs and shit like that, and
come on, man.
all types of other shit, and how you see and how you drive on the road and you see these little signs, want to get paid weekly, call this number, or we got jobs, call 1-800. Like those is fucking sex trafficking scams, man. Like they don't come about this shit enough to me, and I don't get it.
Pete, remember Get Out came out last year, and what was that movie about? Harvesting black people's organs. Come on, man.
Yep.
Come on. Oh man.
I don't believe anything that comes from demonic crackers. I mean DC.
Talk about it.
Oh man.
If you're still believing in that, you're
Talk
fucked.
about it.
Yeah, man.
But
Amos Wilson said it best, and I'll let you get in there. Amos Wilson said it best. People who have less melanin, he said something about they're like it's a disease, and they're like some type of disease. He said it like in this particular. I'm paraphrasing, but he says people that have less melanin are diseased.
Well, when I say demonic crackers, I ain't necessarily talking about all white people. I'm definitely talking about those that are demonic.
Yeah.
And we all know those that sit on Capitol Hill, those that are in Washington, are, including the ones that look black. Speaking of, and we're gonna definitely dive into that even more, Charles. So make sure you write that down and get that information out, though. But speaking of whites and blackface, recently on the Roland Martin show.
No, he didn't. No, he fucking didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know you was bringing this one. I completely forgot about this shit.
He had a panel of Stephen Fetchit's on his show. And recently, Dr. Umar Johnson was on there. Now, there's people that disagree with some things Dr. Umar says. It could be a bit extreme at times. There's a lot of information that he gets out that's very important. There's other stuff that he has that even myself I don't necessarily agree with in full. But he recently was on the show and he was talking about how he's a Pan-Africanist and he believes that black men should be with their first commitment is to the black woman and the black family, and how his relation to Frederick Douglass, and he was talking about all these other different ideals that he had. And the panel that was on there was
the coons. You mean the coons that were on there? Well,
the coons, right? The coons that were on there, though, were on there just attacking him, and I guess he was ready for that onslaught, though. But what was particularly interesting was Roland Martin's sort of.
I was disappointed in Roland.
And the way that he kind of allowed them to do that, though. And this was a specific comment that was said towards Umar Johnson by one of the black men that was on there, though. He called Dr. Umar a liar. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Umar, very, very, very businesslike, very professional, called him a coon. He said, "You're a liar." He said, "You're a coon." He didn't say, "You're a fucking coon, you this and that." He didn't get mad. He said, "You're a coon." And Roland Martin he was angry by that. He came in and I won't racial epithets said on my show and this and that. No. We don't say that, though. The word coon doesn't use in my show, though. But you allow somebody to call that man a liar. Now, as a man, right. If a man calls you a liar, that's your whole credibility. Now, you can say, "I think you're lying about that," or even that is bad. But I can say, "You know what? I don't think that's the whole truth," or something like that. You can question a certain thing that someone says or a comment, maybe. But to call someone a liar is to say that that's who you are. When someone calls you a liar, though, and especially when you're out there bringing out information and your credibility, though, and you're someone, and they're questioning whether you went to college and this and that and all these other things. Yeah, he came back and he just, very businesslike said, "You're a coon." So, you guys watching the show, though, obviously I can probably tell out there just by how I'm, talking about it, where I stand, though. But just to kind of get you guys' opinion, what did y'all think about that interview?
Man, Pete, you want to take it first, man?
Can't lie, man. I still gotta see it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
I didn't finish. I had a snippet while I was at work, but I didn't really see all of it. But what I did see is, and I hate to admit it because I can't even front. I was rooting for Roland Martin, man. He said a lot of cats in their place and was truthful on some shit. But
right.
to me, it looked like, I do double advocate shit sometimes. I don't know how he really felt, but to me, it looked like he was trying to do a good ass show. He was trying to do whatever it takes, whatever content, whatever disagreement he needed to get off to have a fiery show. It looked like it was for ratings. And if that's what it was, that to me, that's corny. Because you playing the system within yourself still, just trying to grab ratings. Even though you could. I disagree with some shit that the Dr. Umar Johnson be saying. But he be saying he still says some real genuine shit. And it's like, I feel where he's coming from. You're not always gonna agree with everybody's opinion. But at the end of the day, I thought Roland Martin was definitely, it looked like it was set up from the beginning for him to chastise him pretty much, to like belittle him, and it looked corny. It looked corny and it looked forced.
And I respect Roland Martin, 99.99%. Just in this particular interview with Dr. Umar Johnson made me lose that whatever percentage, tenths of a percentage point. But the first thing that was kind of bothered me was that he started off the show having him to validate his credentials as being Dr. Umar Johnson.
Right.
Where did you get your PhD? Where did you graduate? And then he also asked him about, the school that he's supposed to be opening up. Apparently the school that they were going to buy, the city ended up buying the city ended up buying that building. So he was in the process of looking for another building. So one, his credentials were being questioned, and two, the money that was donated, I think he raised almost $850,000, and they were asking him what happened to that money. I get it, right? I mean, but the credentials thing, come on, man. Like, why are you questioning a man's credentials? That's, okay. So, so if he doesn't have a PhD or whatever, what's next? What the fuck does that mean, right?
All the schools.
He's still very knowledgeable. He's regardless of
that's for in the first place. You know what I mean?
Say it again, Pete.
It's like, why you ask that shit in the first place? It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Not you. Not Ronald. Not you, Ronald.
Yeah. I don't get it, man. And the and see, and I agree with you both. Like, he says a lot of shit that I agree with, and he says some shit that I don't agree with. But the one thing that I do agree with, and he's mentioned this on the show, and I think this is where they were having the core of their debate was Umar was saying that a person cannot be 100% for the black progress if they're married to somebody outside of their race. And he even mentioned that on the Breakfast Club interview, and he broke it down. Yeah. And I agree with right now. And then they started going through some of the people in history who were Sidney Poitier, I think, was married to a white lady. So he said, "What about Sidney Poitier?" He says, as good of an actor he was and whatnot, he can 100%. We cannot say he was for black, because you have to, because he broke it down. And he said, well, how can a white woman identify with the struggles of a black person or black male, right? You can't. So I think that's where it got really tense during the during the interview. Even Brother Polite, man, he apparently he's on all over the internet now. I don't know if this is white girl. I don't know if it's his girlfriend or whatever. But even with Brother Polite now, with that, you can't ultimately you can't control who you fall in love with. But all that black progressive shit that Brother Polite be talking about, you lose a little bit of credibility now because you're dating a white woman. So that. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just my opinion, man. I mean, it doesn't take away from the work that you're doing, but you're a little bit more influential in my book.
I think that's interesting. Here's the thing. You can't organize. You can't organize as a Pan-Africanist in a room full of people that want civil rights.
That's true.
And the problem is that you have people, and you have people that are Pan-Africanists that get upset with civil rights people, and then you have civil rights people that get mad at Pan-Africanists. The problem is that Pan-Africanists want to separate from the system and create their own, which is a great concept. Civil rights people want the white system, white supremacist system, or the government to accept them. So you have people that have accepted the fact that they won't be accepted, and you have people that won't accept the fact that they won't be accepted, and they want it. It's the classic Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King until Martin woke up. And so he walked into a room with the people, including Roland Martin, who, unlike you two, and probably where we disagree just a little bit, not much, I've always seen this aspect of Roland Martin, but I never could go ahead and completely 100% be sold on what my feeling was on Roland Martin. But I always went, something about this motherfucker, because there was every times where Roland Martin would sound like, I don't want to go overboard, but he would have sort of a very sort of revolutionary, I guess, aspect to him. It may be an overusage of that word, but just to kind of give some type of context. And then there were other times where he sounded like Steve Harvey to me. And and so he would play that fence. He would play that fence very strategically. But what I love about with social media and all these other things and people or whatever, though, eventually, because people want to just be seen and want to be heard or whatever, though, want the fame and celebrity, eventually you're going to talk your way into showing who you really fucking are. And who Roland Martin really fucking is what he showed himself to be during that interview, because he was in the presence of a real motherfucker.
He's not used to that.
Going back down about who he is.
Not used to
agree with him or not. He was in the presence of a real man who doesn't give a fuck about being in front of a TV screen. He wasn't trying to look for a show on
he was intimidated
on the networks or anything. Even though TV One is a quote unquote black network, it is owned by white people, because you don't get a show.
I did not know
you
that.
don't get a TV network without the okay of white people. And so, he went on there and he was in the presence of a real motherfucker. He wasn't in the presence of somebody that was going to go ahead and that's trying to go ahead and compromise. He stands by what he believes in, and he speaks it, and he speaks it, and he speaks it. And he doesn't care about who loves him or who hates him. You either love me or you hate me. Either for me or you're against me. And Roland Martin, he's used to being around other people where he can be around maybe some coons, and because he has a certain bravado about him, he'll actually look like he's Malcolm X in front of those people, and they'll look like they damn near David Clark. But when he's around a real motherfucker, they'll show that he's actually a coon too, Roland Martin. And I love it. I love this shit because let me tell you something. I love people when they show who they are, because I got a choice if I fuck with you or not. I got to see who Roland Martin really is. He's a motherfucker that really would like to be off TV One, would really like to be on CNN or NBC or something like that.
True.
But unfortunately, kind of like Jason Whitlock, he doesn't have any relevancy yet. So he's on TV One. You think he wants to be on TV One? And he's friends with Stephen A. People like Stephen A. and Steve Harvey and all these people. You think he wants to be on TV One? You don't think he wants to be on NBC or ABC, whatever? Shit, I think Steve Harvey has a show on all networks. Or you think he doesn't want to be on those stations? Of course he does. Of course he does. So I love it. I love everything about it, because it sheds a light on Who's for us? Who's against us? Is there any more y'all want to talk about on that, or?
No, that was it.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Yeah, that was it. I would encourage everybody to check out his Dr. Umar Johnson's Breakfast Club interview. That thing was
that was
fire.
real. That was real.
That thing was fake. He broke that shit down to a science, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that shuck and buck, I guess today's show, and this is, I you know what, I'm not even gonna go ahead and take the shine from it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna let you guys speak, and then I'll speak afterwards. Brother Mike Vick. Man, my boy had the mighty have fallen, man. Obviously, I know he was on the show on FS1, the show Speak for Yourself with Colin Cowherd and that fat guy, the irrelevant fat guy. That's what I'm going to call him. The irrelevant fat guy.
The one that hates himself.
I'm not even going to say his fucking name. He was on that show and he was talking about, they asked him about Colin Kaepernick, and he said, what would you say if you saw Colin Kaepernick? And he said, the first thing I would tell him is to get a haircut. All that's going on. Yeah, of course. That'll fix it. That'll fix everything that you have a problem with in America. Is to get your haircut and straighten your act up, son. And so
pull your goddamn pants up.
Get your goddamn haircut, man. And so just to kind of get you guys' opinion, what do y'all guys think about that whole situation with Mike Vick and with talking about Colin Kaepernick?
Yo, so look at Joe Budden, right? Rapper, he got a podcast. Shit's pretty dope. It's called the Joe Budden Podcast, and
right.
He was talking to his mans, and then it was like, yo, can we talk about how we got to get Mike Vick the fuck out of here? And he played the perfect song. It's so hard to say goodbye. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Vick, man, listen, hey, the difference between you and him, you were actually convicted of something illegal, and you had to go to jail, which we all thought was bullshit, by the way, because you were fighting dogs. You know what I'm saying? We were rooting for you. Like, you was our nigga. You were AI and Pusha T. Everybody from VA. Shout out to Tyrod Taylor, quarterback of Buffalo Bills. Everybody from VA, we ride with y'all, man. Like, what you went to jail for 2 years for fighting dogs was bullshit. We hated the fact you had to go through it, but you had to go through it, and it was illegal. Kaepernick did commit no crime, and he's out here spending millions of dollars of his own fucking money helping kids and trying to bring awareness to the fact that cops keep killing colored folks. So that's the difference between you and him. So for you for even bring that out your mouth, but it hurts, man. I'm going to let the jokes fly in a minute because they're all fucking funny. They're absolutely funny. And shout out to Kaepernick for putting up a perfect response to that, which is, about the Stockholm Syndrome. Am I saying it correct? I think it's the Stockholm Syndrome. And y'all niggas need to look that up because I learned something new when he put that up there too. Being so oppressed by your enemy so much that you start to feel sorry for him and all types of other shit. But read it. I don't know if verbatim, but it was dope. But anyway, to end my fucking rant, yo, this was some bullshit, Mike Vick. And it hurts. And you was on the wrong platform to do it because you was with the nigga that ate Uncle Phil and the dude from Family Matters to be Jason Whitlock. You know what I'm saying? So that was two fuck up moves. A, saying he had to cut his hair, and B, being on a fucking Jason Whitlock show to say it because he committed no crime. What you could have done on that platform is enhance what the fuck Kaepernick is actually trying to fucking do and the reason why he's being blackballed. And that was bringing awareness to the fact that cops is killing black and brown folks. And he, what does that have to do with playing in the NFL? You know what I'm saying? His stats was decent, he was good. But at the end of the day, you could have used the platform for something else, and you did that. And that was fucked up, man. So we had the black delegation, with Popovich. Looking for the trade. Looking for the trade, sir.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, that's greatly put, though, man. Yeah, Mike Vick, you're shucking and bucking, man. Go ahead, Chuck, man. What's your thoughts on this, man?
All right, so the show, it's called Speak for Yourself, right? The name of the show. Mm-hmm. It's on Fox News or Fox Sports, whatever. It's on Fox Network. Is that right or no? Is that?
I mean, that's one is Fox Sports, so it's Fox, yeah.
It's Fox. Wait, we ain't got a Jimmy Free promo there. It's one of them shows, yes.
And we've known Fox News, Fox, their network to be highly racist.
You already know.
Right.
So when y'all show me that, when y'all say, "Yo, Chuck, you got to see this video out," and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "All right." Was he coerced to say some shit like that? Like, because you can't be that, like, dog, you was just like ostracized not too long ago for fighting dogs. You was locked up in jail for 2-3 years. Right. So when he said that, then I'm looking, and the way he's saying it, and you can tell he didn't, what he was trying to say, I guess he couldn't probably articulate his words properly, or Fox said, "Hey, look, you need to say this." Because of all people, why the hell would you get Mike Vick on there to talk about that? Like, I'm thinking of all the other people you could have got, but you brought on Mike Vick. You brought on Mike Vick. Why? What was the fucking reason for bringing on Michael Vick? I'm pretty sure there's a few other people in the league. Why not Marshawn Lynch? Nah, they don't want them problems. You don't want to bring Marshawn Lynch on there to talk about those type of issues, right? So I don't know, man. It's one of them things where they're setting up it's already set up a system for where we're attacking our own people, especially like I don't get it, man. I don't, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, so that's my 2 cents on it.
You know, as y'all both know, I watched the Corey Holcomb show, I watched Professor Griffin, stuff like that. And there was a guy on there, though, and I really wish, I think his name is actually, does comedy skits on the internet or whatever. His name is Teddy Ray Comedy. Check him out. It's funny dude. And he said something very interesting. He said when Mike Vick was had his cornrows and he was playing with the Atlanta Falcons, and he was when he was walking, he said when Mike Vick was walking in the path of his spirit, when he was really who he was balling out. He was balling out, man, and he took over the NFL the same way Allen Iverson took over the NBA. Mm-hmm. He is the NFL's version of the Allen Iverson. And you saw when Allen Iverson got there that they changed a lot of the rules. The dress code happened because of Allen Iverson.
Say that again?
The dress code in the NBA happened because of Allen Iverson.
Absolutely.
Because hip-hop began to take over. And I want people out there to understand, and before I go ahead and get into what I was about to say before this, the same thing that Allen Iverson did on a cultural level, and they tried to go ahead and bash him down, is the same way they're trying to discredit what LeBron James is doing, because he's doing the same thing in business. Okay? And I'm going to talk about that somewhere down the line, though, in the very near future, though, but I just want y'all to understand that, though, out there. And getting to the Mike Vick situation, whatever, though, he did all that. He found out about the dogs. He went to jail. He had to come out, and of course, he had to go ahead and apologize and go to all this and whatever, though. And now that he's out, he does feel like, oh my God, Massa, they're giving me a chance. He changed up his game.
Thank you for that.
He spoke on it. He spoke on it, Pete. Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is a condition that causes hostages to develop a psychological alliance with their captors as a survival strategy during captivity. Slavery. These feelings resulting from a bond formed between the slave master and the slave, captor and captives, during intimate time spent together, I mean, you're pretty close if you're on a plantation, are generally considered irrational in light of the danger or risk endured by the victims. Generally speaking, Stockholm Syndrome consists of strong emotional ties that develop between two persons where one person intermittently harasses, beats, threatens, abuses, or intimidates the other. Stockholm Syndrome is considered a contested illness, however, due to many law enforcement officers' doubt about the legitimacy of the condition. Isn't that interesting? Of course, in America, what we see is that any time that we bring up racism, what do they immediately call it? Reverse racism. Right? Anytime we bring up the effects of slavery, what they say to, oh man, you're going talking about something that happened a long, long time ago. And so again, contested. Anything we say is contested. Anything we talk about is contested. Of course it's contested though, because they are the captives. Or they're the captors. So of course, anytime the captives say something, they immediately go, what we're talking about or whatever though. And what Mike Vick is doing is showing exactly like you said. He shows those symptoms. He feels compelled by them because he felt like he was given a second chance. What he does fail to realize is that Colin Kaepernick has done no wrong. But he has done wrong. He has done wrong in the eyes of the captors. And this is what Draymond Green was talking about. This is what Andre Iguodala was talking about. This is what other athletes have talked about. This is what happened to Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, a.k.a. Chris Jackson. By the way, his ball is in the big league right now. This is what happens when you speak out. And Craig Hodges, you said Craig Hodges, right?
Yep.
Craig Hodges, who played for the Chicago Bulls back in the 90s. And so...
Mike get a ring.
Who?
My bad, man. I'm just saying, like, help Mike get a ring and all that. He wasn't just like a bum-ass player. Right. Motherfucker was like one of the top 3-point shooters in the league. They don't never talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's all. I was just giving him
they'll mention Craig Hodges. They'll mention John Paxson, but they'll never mention Craig Hodges. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting, but it's not surprising. It's not surprising. And I don't know why Mike Vick or anybody that has any common sense would go on a show like Speak for Yourself. I don't know why any black person who's for the betterment of black people would go on a show now after seeing that with Roland Martin. I don't see the benefit in it at all.
Damn,
to debate with people who just want to go ahead and try to make you look a certain way that you're not. Fuck that. What is there against us? It's very simple.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man. Cause it's like they already hate it. Like it's already tough being black. Period. Nigga. Now it's like on top of all the other bullshit, we got fucking our own people doing this dumb shit, man. And it's just like, come on, dog. Come on.
But and it was interesting because I had a conversation with BJ, and I was like, you know what's crazy, man? It's like, you know what, seeing you and how proud you are of your heritage and all that stuff and everything, but y'all still have a hold of y'all heritage. So at the end of the day, y'all American dream is to be the best of that y'all can be, but still hold on to what y'all have. We had ours stripped. So our example of being successful is being like our slave masters. To have a house by them, to dress like them, to talk like them, to be like them, to go to the schools that they go to get the education they got. Our example of success is white people. And the further we can get away from black people, the better we feel that we are.
Yeah.
Most black people want to admit that. Including Jay-Z. And I love what he's doing right now, though. But that's the example that we have.
Yeah, that's deep, man.
That's the example. That's the only example that we've had with being successful. That's the heights of it.
Yeah,
even though the most powerful and richest person that ever lived on Earth, this is even said by white scholars. They put the information out. It was Mansa Musa. He was a black person in Africa, but they don't talk about him. it's really crazy, man, and we gotta go ahead and start accepting back our own identity, man, and what is right. I mean, you know, they talk about the money that athletes could use. I mean, go ahead, my bad, Pete.
No, I just wanted to interject real quick, bruh, and, you know, it's off topic, but it's still on topic for what you're talking about. Like you just mentioned, like, yo, can you repeat that name, please, man? Who's the recorded most richest person that ever lived? Say that again.
Well, I should use the word wealthy. Mansa Musa.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna just say it, man. These motherfuckers, did they kill Prodigy, man? Yo, did y'all see that video I tagged y'all in, dude, off the Genius interview?
But he's been talking like that, though. That's why as soon as I heard he got killed, I said,
right.
I didn't want to go with my whole shit, so I let it be.
Hold on. You right. But the thing is, I ain't gonna front. I wasn't really a real Mobb Deep fan. Like, Murder Music was my shit, though, but I went back to the shit and, like, how he was talking about his verses. Like, you right. Nigga been talking about it. But he was really on some shit, like talking about how, you know, everything that they want you to think is evil comes from our culture, but everything they take and use for power comes from our fucking culture. And they don't want you to see this shit. And the way he was spitting and talking, it was like, yo, this nigga, they looking at Prodigy like, yo, this nigga about to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, like, everything you said, and it's going back to what you just, that deep-ass shit you just said about how we look up the white folks as that high level, and that's the money. That's what we got to get. We got to move to the suburbs and shit like that. It's like, even when niggas try to teach you this shit, they take them out, but it's just crazy, man. It's like, I don't even know where I'm going with it right now, dude. I just had to say that piece. I'm like, yo, I really thought Sick Yourself took this nigga out, but apparently it didn't, man. And
man, they snuffed
I put that on myself, too. I got a lot of shit to learn, man. Niggas talking about the pyramid on the dollar bill and shit. Like, he broke it down. Like, this is like, wow.
Dude, the Illuminati trying to keep the eye on me. Man, he was been talking about, but
right.
I think he understood. He understood that, you know. I mean, for those that grew up, you know, by the time watched Disney or whatever, though, he took the Mary Poppins approach, though. You know what I'm saying? Though, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
I didn't hear the name Marcus Garvey until my late 20s. Okay, I knew about Ben Franklin. All right,
yeah.
I knew about Andrew Carnegie. I knew about Rockefeller.
Right.
I did not hear the name Marcus Garvey until
you really never heard the name Marcus Garvey until you got out of school.
Man,
wow,
man,
wow.
What?
That's how it be, though.
And that's how it is, man.
Real.
That's how it be.
As a matter of fact, the kids. So the kids that I'm working with on my job, they're all, you know, I'm working with 6 and they're all African American. So I asked the question, how many of y'all had heard of Marcus Garvey? Nobody's hand went up. Wow. But if you throw these other motherfuckers out there, Ben Franklin, of course, you know.
Right. But no,
white people know more about black people than black people know about black people because white people study black people to control them. Trust me, man.
Yeah.
It's by design, man. That's crazy though, man. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah.
No, but Amir, like for you, like so you were fortunate because my mother, she wasn't privy to none of that shit, and my mother's Jamaican, so I'm more surprised that she didn't even.
But that's crazy. You know, your mom, so was Marcus Garvey,
yeah. So, but your mom, like she knew like a lot of the shit we're talking about now, so she exposed you to some of this shit when you were younger. So you was like, I'm saying you had the upper hand, but a lot of us, man, we don't, man. Like our parents are just ignorant to the whole fact that we're just being brainwashed. We're coming up in school.
Well, I think a lot of people like I think a lot of people though that get the information. If I get to the next subject, I just want to say a lot of people that get the information though. The problem is they become very cocky. They're almost like when people like you were saying right now. You never heard of Marcus Garvey. That might be somebody like me right now. I go, that's crazy though. But I can understand why you didn't hear of them because they're not going to teach you about someone that like that though. You know what I'm saying though. But someone else though, like a lot of these, you know what I'm saying, people that are involved in, you know what I'm saying, African studies and knowing the history and all this different stuff, they get very cocky when they get around and they almost like try to belittle you to a degree in which you don't want to talk to somebody who's going to laugh at you for wanting information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was telling them, it's like, shit, there was a time you didn't know what you knew.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and that can go anything. But that person that you're laughing at, that you're trying to go ahead and belittle because they don't know this or whatever, though, there's shit that they know that you don't know. You learn from everybody, man.
That's
you
true.
got to learn when to be a teacher and when to be a student.
That's true.
That's life. So, man, I think that's important that you say, hey, man, look, I didn't find out about Marcus Garvey because someone else, you know what I mean, they'll go, oh, okay, wow, you're a person who's knowledgeable, you're a person who seems very learned, seems woke, or whatever, though. So you not knowing that makes me go ahead and say, okay, now we can have a common bond. Speaking of not knowing, about themselves, the brother O.J. Simpson was just recently given parole, will be released out in October.
Free the juice.
And, there's people that are obviously very elated, you know what I'm saying, black people. And then there are people that are upset, white people, and Stephen A. Again, I said white people. And so, in light of this news, though, man, it's just crazy to me, the outrage that has kind of been going on, though. But I see a person like a Stephen A. who, unfortunately, is on TV, and so he has people, millions of people that he reaches on his show, and he's outraged and this and that, and and people are saying that O.J. killed Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman, and okay, I can believe that though, but there is no 100% evidence proof that O.J. Simpson killed those two. But there's video of Eric Gardner being choked the fuck out and the cops got off. I don't see the same anger. It might be a brief little conversation maybe they've had about cops being killed and this and that though, but I don't see that same anger. But I've seen people still outraged 23 years later since her murder and Ron Goldman's murder that are still can't get over the fact that O.J. got off for it. And what I hate about it, and what I see, and I'll get you guys' opinion, is the hypocrisy because white people in this country just won't admit the truth. My guy got off for killing a white woman. And I just hate seeing people act like, no, it's just the fact that he was... Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut the fuck up. And so, I guess just to get you guys' opinion, man, what do y'all think about, O.J. Simpson being let out, though, right now, and public's response to it, though? Shout out to O.J. with the Yeezys on. And,
Yeezys on? Oh, shit.
Chris Jenner tried to get him a show, so she's trying to capitalize off OJ, and so she got kind of to get him some Yeezys. But man, y'all go ahead and give your opinion, kind of like just on OJ Simpson, with this whole situation, or the situation that happened. Just y'all thoughts on the public's viewpoint on OJ Simpson.
The funny thing about it is, like, you should know off rip is on some, because he got away with murdering a white woman shit. Just for the simple fact, he was unjustly convicted for a long ass time for a crime he was a part of but really didn't commit. Like the other motherfuckers that actually had the gun while they was trying to run and get OJ shit, they didn't do no time, dog. Like, they were out. Like, OJ did all the time. Like, he did 9 years for the fucking, for robbing his own shit, for trying to get his own memorabilia back. So that in itself is unjust. It's like, it's unjust. That's not lawful. That's not cool. They only gave him that amount of time because he got away with the first shit, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that wasn't justice. So that in itself is wrong. But nobody give a fuck about that because it's OJ, and OJ allegedly killed some white people and got away with it. So it's fucked up at the end. At the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck. Free juice or not, who cares? But free juice. He's gonna be out anyway. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pushing and grab my nigga Jay Moore, Ace of All Trades Apparel. We got the, the hometown hero joints, man. They fire, nigga. Get them shirts.
No doubt. Check that out, man. Ace of All Trades Apparel. Man, Chuck, man, what's your thoughts on the juice?
Juice, got the juice. So for me, man, it's again, we don't know if he did that, if he killed, Colin Ryan. Like we don't know that shit. A lot of people are saying, well, if you look at all the evidence, and if you look at all this other shit now, and then what they've tried using was they tried using his attorney, Rob Kardashian, the Kardashians' father. Apparently, so there was a video on YouTube that I was watching not too long ago where there was some bag that was on the crime scene that he was walking away from. And apparently, supposedly, this bag was the bag that had some incriminating stuff in it. And then if you look at the at the end of the trial when they're reading the verdict, what they did was they focused in on his face, the face that he made when they said that, OJ, the jury found Orenthal, OJ Simpson not guilty. And his face was just like a face of disgust. And they tried to use that as justification for saying, well, OJ was guilty. But again, whether or not he was guilty, that's neither here nor there. Pete said it, right? He served 9 years out of a 31-year sentence for taking his own shit.
Right.
31 years for taking your own shit. Dog, you know, right. They give people murder. They give murder cases less time than that.
Right.
In some instances, 15 years, 20 years. This nigga got 31 years for stealing his own shit. And Pete was right. They slapped their time on because it's all right. Well, shit, you're gonna serve the time you should have served when you. Right. Allegedly killed Nicole and right. Nicole and Ron. So it's now OJ's out. What's next, right? What's the next step? Are we going to get some of the same quote unquote justice when it comes to the cops still killing off black people? Probably not, right? So whether OJ, apparently he's being released, but for me personally. I don't want to say I didn't care either way, but if this doesn't change how things are being done in the justice system, then it's to me it's kind of pointless.
Right.
I mean, I agree. I agree with both of y'all completely. I guess what I just add to that is that personally. Fuck it, we gotta speak it real, man. I don't care if you did it or not. Right. Just like white people aren't gonna be honest with the fact that they feel like OJ, they're mad because OJ's a black man and got off for killing white women, or killing a white woman. Because it's not even about the man. Nobody even how they talk about Ron Goldman like he's basically just he's a footnote. Mm-hmm. Even though he's alive, he's a footnote. It's about Nicole Brown, and if that's your emotion or whatever though, and whatever though. But all the injustices that we have received in this country, whatever though, a black man got off for killing a white woman. I'm not saying that that's right that he killed her, but I'm also going to sit here and say, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe I'll get to a point of non-pettiness, though, and I certainly don't want black men going around killing white women, though. But the fact is, though, is that the jury found him not guilty, and white people deal with it. Deal with it. This is your system. This is the same system that you tell us to go ahead and believe in. It's the same system that you say that if we don't like it, then we need to go back. Then we need to go back home. Well, if you don't like this shit, then go back home. Go back to Europe. Go back where the fuck you belong. You don't belong here anyways.
Right.
Why don't you go back? You don't like this about OJ? Go back. Go back home. Every time we say something, y'all telling us to go back home. We talk about y'all telling Colin Kaepernick he's taking a knee for injustice. So him to go back home then. But y'all take your asses back home if y'all don't like it. Fuck y'all. The system didn't work for y'all this time. Whoop de fucking do. He got to meet his maker, and he will. But the system didn't work for y'all this time. He got off. And even if he went to jail for 33 years, they still would be angry because it ain't the fact that he's in prison, it's the fact that what he went to prison, not that what he didn't go to prison for. And he didn't go to prison for what they believe him killing a white woman. So deal with it. Our children are being murdered down the streets on camera. Our men, our women caught on camera though, and they get off. Y'all tell us to deal with it. Let the justice system work. Well, the justice system didn't work in your favor. How's it feel? How's it fucking feel? Don't feel good.
Yeah.
As Usher is letting it do right now, let it burn.
Oh, you took it there. You took it
let
there.
it fucking burn, baby.
Usher say, he meant that shit literally.
Let it burn, baby.
Usher meant that shit on a literal sense.
Speaking of penises being where they shouldn't be, the brother R. Kelly.
Nice.
He's slow winding, dog. He's slow winding for shit.
Nice.
He's in a league of his own. R. Kelly recently they just said that R. Kelly has been holding some young ladies kind of like in a cult or whatever though, and I guess when they came to him, now here's what I'm understanding, because I think most of them are like in their early 20s right now. Well, I guess when they got to him, were they of legal age? Were they just young, like 18, 19, or were they actually minors?
Nah, apparently they were like 18, 19 when you first got him and shit. But I mean, it's fucking legal. Look, man, this is bullshit, bro. Like, this is bullshit. Like, yeah, we know R. Kelly since the fucking 90s was a goddamn pedophile, man. Like,
right.
What the fuck is y'all hiding? What is y'all throwing this shit in our face for? Where is y'all keeping us from?
I mean, because, there's a guy that was in rock and roll that was celebrated. His name was Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll.
Right.
When he met Priscilla, she was 15.
Jerry Lewis. Who about to say the Great Balls of Fire nigga? Who the Great Balls of Fire?
She was 12?
Shit, it's that, yeah. And their cousin, right? Weren't they cousins?
Right.
Oh,
Let me just say this though, and I'm gonna get you guys' opinion on the whole R. Kelly situation though. This is gonna be a bold statement to say, but it's the truth, and it's not just me. I mean, it's been said throughout the years or whatever though. Pedophilia runs rampant within entertainment.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Sure does.
You have men who are celebrities who go around. You have girls.
Nobody talks about the seventh heaven, Dad. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah, nobody talks about that at all.
The seventh heaven father. Yo, that dude. That motherfucker. He talking about Cosby and shit. At least Cosby's fucking. It was older women. He's fucking kids.
And the show never went off the air. Like the Cosby Show is just now back. That show never went off syndication in the Seventh Heaven. This guy was playing a preacher.
Come on, man.
Camden, Seventh Heaven. This guy was playing a preacher, though. And they never said... Can you imagine that? No? I mean, within the entertainment business, and fuck it out, I got the balls to say it. Within entertainment and within religion, pedophilia runs rampant.
Yeah.
Within the church and with entertainment, it runs rampant. And so when I hear these allegations come out, they're sickening. But when I hear the people who are sickened by it, I'm like, it ain't just R. Kelly, though. So why him? But see, black people will get disgusted by what he does. I go and I say, yes, he's disgusting. But why him? And why not the countless thousands of others who are in the entertainment business who are doing this, though? There are plenty of child actors and actresses that come out and talk about what they had to go through being around the entertainment industry by these big execs and all these different things, though. Why aren't their names being brought out, though? Why R. Kelly? Why has he become the face of pedophilia? Why is the NFL the face of rape and domestic violence? Think that's a coincidence? So before I go ahead, man, and go in, what are you guys' thoughts, man, with this whole R. Kelly situation, man?
Bunch of bullshit, Chuck.
Facts.
So this is, and I may have talked about this somewhere on social media, and I forgot where I heard it. And I don't know if y'all heard it as well, but there's, and this is fucking crazy what I'm about to say, but this the culture that we live in. There's recently, within the past couple of years, has been a push to legalize pedophilia. There was, let's see. This was, let's see. So there's an article, and I'll post it on the Facebook fan page. I'm trying to see where. Now, this article is dated 2015. So this is a couple of years ago. But I think that there may be something more recent than that. But I say all that to say this. R. Kelly, outside of his decisions as far as his orientation towards young girls, outside of that, he makes some great music. So when you have an artist like R. Kelly, but then he has this issue that he's dealing with personally, then they're going to highlight that over his musical career. Right, so they're gonna say, "Well, you can scratch R. Kelly off your top artist list." R. Kelly going to be included into because they would put, so the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is not just rock and roll artists, right? It's all types, it's rappers, R&B artists, jazz. So after all this, would R. Kelly be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
He should be right next to Jerry Lee Lewis and Elvis Presley, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? But that's what we have to look at. So if the time comes around and he doesn't get inducted because of that, that just further justifies what we're talking about here right now. Saying that, well, of course, this is, they don't like black people, man. I don't know. They're threatened. They're threatened by us. They're threatened by, because we've created and started all this shit. Everything originated with black people. That's factual. That's not opinion. That's facts. So when you continue to rob people of their history, when you continue to strip away certain, I guess, the influential people or the certain images from the black community, then it's, what's left, right? And then we continue down this path of self-hate, self-destruct. Unfortunately for R. Kelly, man, he's just wilding out with these decisions, man, and it's crazy.
There's a man that had a show, 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen, is giving women HIV/AIDS.
Right.
Wait, what? I didn't know what that.
There's a man named Charlie Sheen who has HIV, who has admitted to giving women HIV/AIDS.
Oh yeah.
Willingly. A few times.
Now I haven't heard from Usher and him knowingly giving out herpes or not. I don't know the full story or whatever though. I'm not making an excuse for Usher. We have our jokes or whatever though, but in all seriousness, I don't know. He hasn't issued a statement or anything though. He's giving out the money though, but you know, he's doing entertainment, dealing with settlements. There's a gray area because sometimes you just do it because it's not worth going through the legal process or whatever though, and the money you got to spend for lawyers and all that stuff though. So it's not to say I'm saying Usher's is not, you know, culpable for this though. I'm just saying I don't know the full details to go out and give that information yet though. But I do know, the same way that I don't know if O.J. Simpson killed Nicole Brown, but I know that, you know, Eric Gardner was shows on TV. What I do know is that Charlie Sheen has admitted that he has knowingly had sex with women unprotected without telling them and giving them HIV.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the outrage? He's been given more fame. It's become like a joke. He hasn't been ridiculed for it. His show isn't off. 2.5 Men still comes on. I'm not talking about when Ashton Kutcher's on there.
Yeah.
And I watch 2.5 Men. I admit. I hate to say I'll still watch it when it comes on. I watch it. No lie. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna be like, no man, I thought you saying that shit about Charlie Sheen. Listen, I'm not perfect. I watch it. You know what I mean? I watch Seventh Heaven. But I do watch 2.5 Men though, whatever though. I don't, you know, what Charlie Sheen allegedly, well not allegedly, what he said he did. He flat out said the fuck that he did. And so it's just interesting. It's not because I think what black people have a problem with is that when we say these things that we're defending the act. We're defending that Bill Cosby, if he was raping these women and drugging them, that we're defending Bill Cosby doing that. Or we're defending R. Kelly with young girls. Or we're defending Usher out here having sex with women and having herpes, though. What I'm saying, though, is that why do they become the face of it? Why is the king of rock and roll not the face of it? Elvis Presley. He's celebrated. His relationship with Priscilla Presley is celebrated. He's a 30-year-old man that met and that fucked a 15-year-old girl. That is illegal. Charlie Sheen has admitted to having HIV and having sex with women unprotected, unknown to them. But we're talking about Bill Cosby.
And I'm not comparing my bad, and I'm not comparing it because what Bill Cosby did, you know, if he did what he did, not if what he did was fucked up,
right.
but these were still these were women of legal age, right? He wasn't drugging 10, 15-year-olds and having sex with them, right? So it's you fixing the drinks up, okay, you know what I mean, but it seems that holds more weight over Elvis Presley sleeping with a girl half his age who's a teenager. So,
He's the king of rock and roll. He's the king.
Yeah. Supposedly king of rock and roll. Let's say that.
No. I'm just saying by what they say. I'm saying
by their standards.
Yeah.
And what makes him that? He's white. Yeah.
White. He's white. And so I guess what to get to though is I guess the name of the show should be entitled Stockholm Syndrome, because it's like black people. It's like, when will you finally realize they don't like you? They don't want you. They'll use you. You entertain the best. You dance the best. You sing the best. You look the best. You have the most swag. You know what I'm saying? They'll do all these different things, but in the end, regardless of what they might enjoy about you in those aspects, they don't fucking like you. And I don't know what it's going to take for you to realize that. I don't understand it, man. All right, Pete, I mean, you know, guys, I know we usually do the sports conversations at the end. Is there anything you want to talk about, Pete?
Man, listen, Kyrie was out of Cleveland. He looked good in Miami, baby. That's all I'm going to say.
You know what? I was thinking about that, man. But who would y'all have to give up? I would almost think I'd have to give up Hassan Whiteside, right? And Goran Dragic, right?
Nah, not really. We give up some folks without that. We give up a James Johnson. We give up a Justice Winslow. You
think you're giving up? You think you're giving up Justice Winslow and James Johnson for Kyrie Irving?
And a pick. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, Pat Riley twice. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but we can make. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? You feel me?
If that happens, if that does happen, here's what I do know: if he goes to Miami and he goes for that, then you might as well just trade LeBron. There's no point.
I don't know.
There's no point in keeping LeBron. He's gonna leave. I think now I say he's gonna leave. I don't mean this year. I mean he's gonna sit his ass the fuck down and not play.
Like fuck y'all.
Fuck it. I bought a ring here in Cleveland. I'm the man. I'm sitting down. I got 3 rings. I got all this stuff. I mean, cool. Fair enough. I just sit out. Still got to pay me. I'll fake an injury. Quad. My friend was saying some bullshit. I got an 82 game ear infection.
Got an ingrown toenail, man. Got an ingrown toenail. Our doc said I got 6 to 8 months.
8 months. 8 months, man. Fuck it. Yep. And right after the season's over, oh shit! You know what? I'm all right. I'm all right now. It's gonna be like the fucking Charlie's grandfather when he hopped out of bed and shit. After those 8 months is over. But yeah, man, it's yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see, man. I personally think I wouldn't be surprised if he's just in straight cahoots. Him and LeBron want to go somewhere together. LeBron's strategic, man. Doesn't surprise you about anything that he would do, man. Like, you know what, Kyrie? Have him trade you to the Spurs. I'm gonna rock it out, and I'm gonna come to the Spurs with you, and then me, you, and Kawhi gonna play together. Fuck it. You don't think that he would do that?
I wouldn't be shocked, man. It would not.
That'd be nasty too. Yo, that'd be disgusting, son. Yo, the Warriors would be like, yo, this is some straight bullshit. Because it's over. Even for my Rockets, it's over. Those 3 join together, Kyrie, LeBron, and Kawhi, is over. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be shocked.
Neither, bro.
By the way, though, if none of that's happening on LeBron after this year, you can come on to Houston. We'll take you, Chris Paul and James Harden. We'll take you out there in Houston. That'd be sick. That'd be nasty. We'll roll with it.
Nah, I need Melo, man. Get Melo, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. But it's gonna be hard to get Melo.
I couldn't even front on that. I could see Melo going. I could see Melo, but would Melo really want to? Would he want to go there though? If Kyrie goes there?
If Melo realized he's not the number 1 option no more, he'd be the best number 3 in the fucking league, bro. He'd be the best. Him, Chris Paul, James Harden, and Melo. Like Melo, he eating all day. Like if Melo know what's up. If he want to do that shit, he'll go to Houston, and y'all could be a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. This is interesting, man. This off season might have been one of the most interesting off seasons probably ever. Outside of what LeBron did, going to Miami.
Oh, by the way, Anquan Bowen is supposed to be heading to Buffalo on Monday. I called this move 2 years ago, but anyway, better late than never. Let's hope this happens. This needs to happen.
What happened to what's his name? Macklin.
Macklin wanted too much money, man, and coming off an injury, we couldn't risk it. So I understand that shit.
Anquan Boldin, man, he's such a professional, and he still can ball, man.
We need a veteran. We need a veteran, right? We need a veteran on offense. and he can teach our young boys. And Sammy Watkins, him getting tutelage of a fucking Anquan Boldin and Sammy Watkins and the Zay Jones niggas can be beasts. It's Tyrod Taylor. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We get Anquan Boldin, we in the playoffs. I'm saying it now. Like we get Anquan Boldin, we in the playoffs.
And
we need a nigga like that on offense.
And not on the field though, but in practice, he's somewhat, I guess, familiar with Tyrod Taylor, right?
Right.
Playing in the Ravens together, right?
Yeah.
Right. He was a good third down player. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? No, he wasn't. I don't think Tyrod was there when Anquan was there. Was he?
No, he was. That's why they won a Super Bowl. They won a Super Bowl. Remember, Anquan won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, and then Tyrod. That's why he has a ring.
You're right. You're right. My bad, son.
And Corey. Well, Corey's not here anymore, though.
Nah, but that would be a good look. We need that. When we get that, we in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, we still got Ed Reed on our staff, or is he off?
Nah, he gone. He
left with Rex.
No, he was still around when Rex left, but they like let him go, like after.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yo, before you close out, man, shout out to I forget what channel here though, but the news, man, Buffalo, one of the news stations though, I forget the guy's name though.
I saw that shit.
Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, man, you fucking bum ass nigga. Yo, I can't wait till we see this nigga, man. Yo, Shay is gonna eat this dude for his dinner,
he gonna do his dishes, man.
She gonna do him dirty, like, yo, talk that shit. That was beautiful.
Man, that shit was classic.
Was that the Biscaglia nigga, the Joe Biscaglia nigga?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to Joe Biscaglia, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with your podcast, man, Buffalo, you know.
Right.
I like what he does. Like, stuffing, bumping, whatever the fuck your hashtag Twitter name is, nigga. We coming.
I like the fact though that he was even more popping about it is that because somebody was like, yo, this is one of the best clapbacks ever though. But I seen that Joe Biscaglia actually used that word too though to describe it on his page though. So that shit was funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like clapback.
There we go. Fucking
shout out to Ja Rule for that. Shout out to Ja Rule for that song.
Right.
It's murder. Oh man. So fellas, man, as we go ahead and wrap it up, man, anything you guys want to kind of go ahead and close with though? I know Pete usually close us out, so I'm just asking, before we go ahead and do that.
I got nothing. I just want to say fuck both of y'all. Every time y'all niggas talk about sports, I feel like less of a man. I'm like, God damn, these niggas talk about sports. And, yo, what's crazy, Pete, dog, is like I used to be on basketball shit. Like Amir will tell you, man, I used to be on the basketball shit, man. But I can put completely off the map. Like y'all boys be going out. I'm like, damn, I didn't know what that nigga was playing in there. Like, damn, that nigga did that. Oh, he went there. So I'd be completely fucking lost, man. When y'all be talking about basketball, man. Even with football shit too. Some of the football shit, I fell off.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you on the train, man. It's coming.
Yeah.
Comments. We lasting a long time, man. So you be all right. We got you.
And nigga Charles need a shot of testosterone and a beer. and a 20-piece of meat hot wings.
And a burger.
Man, last night, dog, really quick, man. I had I had a little bit of Jose Cuervo left, man. I took that. I drank that shit straight. I was done, dog. I think I had about at least 2 cups of that shit.
Just sleep, man.
Man, I was fucking done. Like my shit was spinning. Like, oh shit, damn, I ain't been this way in like so long. But I was good though, because I don't mix the Jose with anything. I just drink it straight. So huh?
I was drinking straight.
Yeah, man, you mix that shit. That's when you start throwing up and getting headaches and shit. So
you had the line with it?
Nah, just drunk that shit because I went to Ocean City and we picked up a bottle. It's this I got like some type of cinnamon flavor, so you didn't really have to mix with anything.
Devil's
I'm
juice.
not really a tequila guy like that, though. You know, I drink, you know. By the way, let me say it on air. I still owe Pete the bottle. I'm going to get Pete the bottle next time I see Pete.
Yeah.
I mean.
Pete said, yeah. He said, don't forget me.
That's cool. I appreciate it, man.
Ditto, Pete.
Ditto.
All right, Pete, man, you want to go ahead and, I guess, close us out?
Hey, man, good shit today, fellas. You know, catch us every Friday at 8 a.m., a new episode of the Common Sense Experience, brought to you by the Black Podcasters Network. Catch us on Twitter, BPN 716 Network, BPN Network 716. You can check us out on, iTunes, and soon to be iHeart. It's coming,
actually,
iHeart.
Yeah, really quick, Pete. I was checking that shit during the show. We actually we are on iHeartRadio.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
It's official.
So soon to be iHeart. Check that link coming soon, man. You know, we just gonna keep going and grinding, man. That's what we do. Two things means peace. Catch y'all next week.